You ever notice how comfort feels like a trap dressed up as a blessing? How every day you wake up and the same routines, the same rules, the same safe decisions layer over your mind like a suffocating blanket? That nagging feeling that maybe, just maybe, you're not moving fast enough, thinking sharp enough, fighting hard enough. It's real and it's brutal. It's the kind of pressure that eats at leaders, founders, investors, anyone serious about carving their own path and not settling for the easy way out. The pain of complacency isn't just boredom, it's a slow death of potential, a silent killer of ambition. And the world? It doesn't care. The world wants you to stop questioning, stop pushing, stop being dangerous. It wants you safe, predictable, and obedient. Look around. It's exhausting watching people get boxed into their little corners, told to be happy with what they have, told that enough is good enough. But for those of you who are wired differently, who burn with a fire that comforts cannot touch, this is your war call. Capitalism, for all its critics, is that wildfire that refuses to let complacency poison the soil. It's the pulse that keeps the edge sharp, the relentless force driving risk, innovation, and unforgiving growth. Not because it's perfect, because nothing ever is, but because unlike any system before it, capitalism never lets comfort win. It demands evolution and punishes stagnation. Every founder knows this deep down. The nights where failure stares in your face and says, "Give up now." The investors who refuse to bet on anything just safe and neat, because they know greatness lives in the uncomfortable, the uncertain, the unproven. The leaders who wake with a weight on their chest, knowing yesterday's victory is tomorrow's irrelevance if they stop fighting. It's capitalism that feeds that hunger, that relentless tension that turns fear into fuel and challenge into opportunity. Here's the thing, though. This weapon only works if you wield it right. If you let the system trap you in mere survival mode, you become a cog, a number, lost in the noise of those playing not to lose instead of playing to transform. Complacency isn't just an enemy, it's deception. It whispers that system will serve you, that rules protect you, that your title makes you safe. Wrong. Those are chains disguised as shields. Capitalism's edge is in its brutal clarity. Respond or die. Innovate or become obsolete. Create or get crushed. But it's not just about survival. It's about freedom. The freedom to be radically, ruthlessly you. To reject the scripts handed down, the safe bets everyone else clings to, the distractions designed to sedate you. The power here is sovereignty over your own will, the choice to be that rare individual who refuses to bend or settle. Now, if that feels isolating, good, it's supposed to. While the world crowds together in predictable sameness, those who orbit on the edges know the truth. Progress never comes from crowds. It comes from individuals who risk being alone, who reject consensus, who dare to burn brighter and fiercer. This isn't a system made for the many. It's one built for the few who are relentless enough to fight comfort and complacency every damn day. But here's the secret most don't see. Capitalism's true power isn't the money, the headlines, or the markets. It's the incredible, brutal feedback loop it creates. A constant challenge to look in the mirror and ask, what am I doing to tear down the walls holding me back? That mirror doesn't lie. It doesn't comfort. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, your blind spots, your fears. And it's in that confrontation where the magic happens, the breakthroughs, the pivots, the radical shifts that take a good idea to something legendary. For founders, this means never getting comfortable with your product, your team, or your market. Complacency kills startups faster than lack of funding. Investors smell hesitation miles away. They bet on boldness, on those who move faster, fail harder, and learn quicker. Professionals, whether in the boardroom or the workshop, this means breaking every single best practice when it suffocates creativity or limits growth. Leaders get legacy not by protecting what's built, but by constantly reinventing it so they don't go stale or irrelevant. But how do you fight complacency in a world designed to lull you to sleep? Here's how to hack the system. First, Build a personal culture of ruthless questioning. Never accept a good enough answer. Not from yourself, not from your team, not from the market data. Every success hides new failure and opportunity. Tear it apart, learn its edges, and rebuild stronger. Second, embrace discomfort like an old friend. If today feels easy, you're going backward. This is the paradox. Your growth depends on brutal honesty with how uncomfortable change and challenge are. The faster you lean into that, the quicker complacency loses its grip. Third, build alliances with those who burn like you do. Capitalism doesn't reward isolation, no matter how rebellious we feel. The rare and exceptional need each other's fire to keep the flame alive. The system fractures brilliance by increasing noise and distraction. But synergy among the driven cuts through creates power impossible alone. Fourth, practice patience like a weapon. This isn't about overnight success or hype cycles. True change, radical transformation, the awakening that capitalism promises, weaves through slow, steady pressure and persistence. The long game wins out over flash. And finally, own your story like no one else can. Capitalism hands you the tools to shape reality, but you have to be willing to burn the scripts, rewrite the rules, and fight the world's lies about who you are supposed to be. Sovereignty isn't given. It's claimed through every decision, every calculated risk, every sleepless night running scenarios and building futures out of raw will. This is the crucible in which true freedom is forged. Not the comfortable kind, but the kind that rips chains from your mind and throws dust in the face of complacency. Capitalism, when used unapologetically, is the best weapon to shatter the quiet death of settling. It turns the system's chaos into a canvas for creation, its ruthless competition into a forge for brilliance, its constant pressure into a relentless engine feeding your growth. And remember, complacency is contagious. It starts with a single thought, a moment of ease, a tiny surrender. But capitalism offers a brutal antidote: continuous challenge, relentless evolution, unforgiving clarity. If you absorb that truth and live it, you become unstoppable. So the question isn't whether capitalism is perfect. It's whether you have the fire to wield its brutal honesty, to kill complacency for good, and build something real, radical, and lasting. This isn't for the comfortable or compliant. It's for the few who refuse to settle, the rare who see beyond illusion and know that freedom lives in the struggle, the edge, the fight. If this tension, the hunger inside you that won't let you rest, feels unbearable sometimes, embrace it. It means you're alive, not asleep. It means capitalism's sharp edge is on you, cutting away the dead weight and forging the exceptional. Wear that pain like armor. It means you're in the arena, not the stands. You're one of the few, the rare, the ready. This is your moment to stop waiting on others, stop looking for permission, stop believing the lie that comfort is freedom. Capitalism demands action. It demands fire. It demands a will sharper than the system itself. So burn. Burn with purpose, with urgency, with the certainty that complacency dies here and now. Because in this endless hustle, this fierce connection of will and risk, you aren't just surviving, you're becoming. And becoming is everything.